Well, race number 6 is the Eastern Zone Handicap, 1400 metres a journey. 3:50 start time, a sprint, and it's for the fillies and mares. Right, horses we'll take a look at include Overlock, last start winner, You Beauty, Contentious Miss. We'll catch up with Peter Hall, who'll be talking about Contentious Miss. Go to Belmont Trials and have a look at Aces for Amber, and also to Northam, Toy of War, who you just saw winning the Ladies' Day Cup. Silver Seam was a lot better last start. Blinkers went on, and Frank could be getting close to turning her around. Dante's Dash, Oaks placed filly resuming, you would think would probably sprint well fresh. Two Fools, well, it's a bit of a giant killer, this horse. It's in and out. Seems to be a Sean O'Donnell horse who's suspended. Clint Harvey takes the ride there. Let's have a look at the win here last Saturday in the last race of Overlock.
Talk to the wall again into the outside to run on. Inside the 300, Star Trek in front of Berber. Rancher's Boy looking for a run from Changing Lanes. Matador's under pressure. Here's Overlock joining in with a good run. And Bold Ransom and Talk to the Wall are right down the outside. Star Trek's in front from Rancher's Boy. Overlock's out wider, starting to steam. Rancher's Boy, Overlock. Rancher's Boy, Overlock. Overlock. Talk to the Wall flew as well, but Overlock's just won.
Well, the race was really run to suit on that occasion, Marty. She got sucked right up into the corner. She won, got up in the last stride. Took a long time to find that winning form. It's just the question remains, is she going to hold that winning form or has she won her race?
No, I think she will. I thought the start before there were signs that she was close.
Took a long time to get there though, didn't she?
She'd had a virus and it really knocked her about. And I just think now mares, when they hit form, invariably hold it. So I think we'll get a good run out of her on Saturday. I'm just a little worried about pacing the race, 1400. She's a get-back run on. Contentious Miss also, gee, she was good first up.
Tumbler the leader by a length and a half now. It snuck away from Ravinia. Pike's tracking Tumbler through with Wild Frankie as they turn the corner. He brushed with Ravinia straightening up. Then Urban Spirit, which is struggling. His Changing Lanes down the outside. The favourites into the open. Tumbler still in front. Changing Lanes has got the momentum though. And Changing Lanes swept to the lead. 150 to go. Wild Frankie picks up late down the outside. Contentious Miss. Changing Lanes drifting off the track. Wild Frankie dives at him near the inside. They hit the line close. Changing Lanes, Wild Frankie from on the outside. Contentious Miss.
That was a typical effort from a stayer resuming that first up run, Marty, by Contentious Miss. Only got beaten, I think, ahead in the end. They're actually looking at protesting. Copped a strike over their head and got carried out wide. But it's a stayer second up. Now they can do that. They can put in that good first up run and suck in. Well, I'm not going to get sucked in.
Okay, well, let's have a listen to what Peter Hall thinks about her chances.
It was a good run first up.
Yeah, she ran a cheeky race. She's better known as a stayer, but the stable was very happy with her first up run. A little unlucky, so yeah, second up again over 1400. Might be looking for a bit of ground though.
It was a good run. She ran third, not beaten far. Does meet a couple of handy horses like Toy of War and Aces for Amber. Can she measure up against that sort of company over 1400?
I prefer her over further, but she'll race the same kind of pattern as Toy of War, and you know, she's from a good yard, but you know, she'd be more each way type of bet.
Well, we go to Belmont Park Trials now and look at the last performance of Aces for Amber.
Out wide is Aces for Amber, and the others were headed by Callum into the home straight, and there look to be many chances. Golden Link still holds a narrow lead. Amici runs on, wider still, making a run. Now is Aces for Amber. The front runner is Golden Link. Aces for Amber has momentum up. Aces for Amber takes a narrow lead. Amici tries to go with it. Amici is going with it. They hit the line, and it's a dead heat, I reckon. Amici or Aces for Amber.
That was actually one of the better trials for the day, that, Marty. The only one better on the day was probably Toy of Wars. Now, she was back in the field. Quite an effortless win, really. Troy Turner right down the outside under little pressure. The only thing is, she's a big mare. Is she going to be forward enough for a 1400 off that?
Well, yeah, I think so. She won first up last campaign at 1400 at Pinjarra. And my thoughts with her is that they're learning about her all the way. And this time I think Cole's got a real handle on her. If she didn't have the problems she's had, she'd be top class. I've got no doubt about that. And I think she'll run a wonderful race first up for you. Time now to have a look at Toy of War, winning at Northam, the Ladies' Day Cup.
So now Katarina, who quickly got to second. Princess Elara's back on the inside, further back then to Stars in My Veins, the looks, then Aunt Dorothy, Toy of War to the outside, and then Gina at the
the 400 metre mark, and Mirage Royale has drifted to the centre of the track in front of our Katarina the inside, so too Princess Alara, and then Stars in My Veins, and right down the outside is Toy of War. It's Mirage Royale in front, joined very quickly by Princess Alara, who ran to the leader. Here's Toy of War, and Stars in My Veins is down the outside. Princess Alara drifting out, she's in front. Here's Toy of War down the outside, running on. Princess Alara grabbed by Toy of War right on the line, and it's a tight one.
Well, like we said, she trialled enormous the week before and just ran right up to her trial. It was just a good win, and after an effortless trial. Only got there by a head in the end, but I think she's a horse going places, Toy of War.
Yeah, definitely. Long-term plans, I know you don't like getting too far ahead of yourself, Dion, but the Perth Cup's been e-marked for this mare from the Lindsay Smith stable owned by Jeff Evans. Just before we have a look at selections, that set of trials I didn't go to, coming back from Kalgoorlie. I was on the drip. You said to me, watch these trials very closely because this has been the best day of trials. Now, just off the bat, Vane Raider, Toy of War, Dr. Bella, Shipyard. They're all horses earmarked. I think they're all trial trackers.
And we've still got more to come.
Still more to come. You were dead right with your assumption of that meeting, and yeah, maybe some more can come out of the trials and win on Saturday. This time of the year I think it's very important, and make sure you hop onto West Oz Racing and check out the trial trackers, because these good horses resuming, you get a real handle on how they're looking. Selections, I'm going with her for she's big, strong. I think she can just be sitting off the pace, stalking them and getting the money. Aces for Amber to beat, 8 Toy of War. What do you think? Barrier 2?
We talked in great discussion before the show, Marty, and I actually had her to win Toy of War. I think Barrier 2, the staying type or middle distance type racing second up, she's probably going to be back the fence, and yeah, it's going to be hard work. We all remember second up last prep when Alana Sansom rode her and she was desperately unlucky and probably a good thing beat.
That was in the Kentiara when everyone said, "Ooh, this is a good horse."
I can see deja vu.
Yeah, okay. The difference there is the Pontiff takes over, and the final selection for me is 1 Silver Seam. I just hope they let Richie Rose bounce Silver Seam out to the front and bowl along.
Well, we all remember when they stepped her up from 1,000 to 1,400 last prep. She led by 10 and won by 8. But same for me. Aces for Amber number 4 to beat number 8 Toy of War, and number 1 Silver Seam to run third.
And before we go to a break, let me tell you about the Racing Guide, wonderful publication. Dion Luciani does all the speed maps for the Racing Guide, and they will soon be available on the new website on perthracing.com.au. But up in Singapore, the Racing Guide is available at all the usual outlets, 7-Eleven stores. Make sure you've got your Racing Guide when you're having a bet on Perth Racing up in Singapore this weekend.